Hello, I'm here today to talk specifically to leaders in technology, of which all of us in this room could be considered to be a leader. Specifically in Iowa, I'm speaking to people who have now occupied positions in Governor Branstad's Teacher Leadership and Compensation Program. You may be called a technology integrationist or a technology lead teacher. So who am I? I'm Dietrich, and I'm a first grade classroom teacher whom you may be tasked to help integrate technology into the classroom. So I'm not a technology leader, nor do I have a lot of experience using it, but I consider myself to be a classroom teacher who has an open mind and is willing to take some risks to make education better for my students. So how can you help me? Jimmy Casas really recently spoke to our class about things that good leaders do, and I'd like to share that with you. He said, good leaders know the way, good leaders show the way, they go the way, and they grow the way. I'm a little simpler than Jimmy Casas when it comes to thinking, so I'm going to use the first 3 points in my advice to technology leaders today. The first one is a good leader is someone who knows the way. If you are going to help me in my classroom, you need to know what technology is out there. So my first piece of advice is to use your time to explore. Go out. Spend your time seeing technology in action. Observe teachers in your district and in other districts. Go to technology conferences. Follow blogs. I found some great ones when I was getting ready for this speech that I'm now going to read because they were exciting. Fractal Learning is a wonderful website that has bloggers from all over the world sharing how they use technology in their classroom. Another one that I saw was Edutopia. I've heard of it before, but I didn't know what it was. Your job as a leader is to know those things, so when I come to you with a question, you can point me in the right direction. So take time and get to know them. Now, this brings me to the next part of this tip. I think that you can't lead someone farther than you have gone yourself, but I also know that it's unrealistic to expect someone in a leadership position to have all the answers. You can't be an expert on everything. So use your powers as technology leader to network. Get out there and follow hashtags on Twitter like EdTech or Drake Tech Talks and find out what people are talking about so you are aware of what's out there. Technology is constantly changing, so connect with others and encourage others in your district to share what has really had an impact on their instruction and on student learning. My second tip is bring snacks. Just kidding. But Oreos did make me think about show the way, because Oreos are one of my favorite cookies, and every year they come out with 1 or 2 new flavors that I have to purchase. So how do they get people to try their new flavors? I thought about this very deeply, and I thought, first, it's visible. Where do you see Oreos new flavors when you walk into a store? On the end cap. That's specifically designed to draw your attention. So how can you do that with new technologies? I'm going to suggest that tech leaders host something I'd like to call a tech bite. Come to my professional development once a month. Come and sit in on my planning committee meetings with my other grade level teachers and bring me something to show. Put your technology into a package. If you have a new app for the tablets in my first grade classroom, bring it. Come and show it to me. And answer questions that teachers want to know about it, so package it for us. Tell me what's exciting or cool about it. Tell me how I might use it in my classroom, or what students might find fun and interactive in the features of that program. Tell me how it might replace something I'm already doing, because we all know we don't have enough time to do everything. So give me some of those ideas, or ask me questions to help me think about those ideas. And finally, be real with me about it. Oreo doesn't call a caramel flavored cookie white chocolate surprise. They label it for what it is. So tell me what that program is capable of, but also be real with me about what the limits of that program are. I also like how Oreo limits the numbers of their products that are out there. Do that with your tech bites. If you come and bring me a tablet that has 30 apps on it and try to spend time telling me about each of those apps, I'm going to feel overwhelmed. So 1 or 2, and make it a regular occurrence. And last, make samples that are available to groups. By showing the way, when you come and present, you could offer a plan to purchase for teachers, if you will. have the Tech Bite sample, show what it can do, and lead a discussion about it, and then follow it up with a sign-up, group trial. Come and see this modeled in your classroom, or come and show it to me by you leading the lesson. I would also love it if you could have some feedback. Oreo solicits feedback, believe it or not, on their website. Did you like the flavor? Did you not? What other flavors would you like to see? You can do the same thing with your teachers. Have a 20-minute question and answer session after you've shown something. Or ask them for feedback. Did you like this program? What didn't you like about it? And what more types of programs are you interested in? Convince me to think this. Here goes nothing. Can I try this in my classroom? Can I take one small step? I know I'm going to make a mistake. All of us will. Be real with me about that mistake and tell me that mistakes teach important lessons. Mistakes teach my students that I should never stop learning. Mistakes teach my students that it's okay to try something and not get it right the first time. Mistakes teach my students what Thomas Edison said. Just because it didn't do what you thought it would doesn't mean it was useless. I can demonstrate through my trial and error process that I need to have a positive attitude, that I'm going to persevere on something that didn't work well the first time. I can teach my students the power of collaboration because some of them may be able to troubleshoot the problem better than I can. And I can also teach them that risk-taking has value. So I think this is very important. That brings me to my third tip. Go the way. And when you go the way, you have to have some accountability. I think that's what this means for a leader. If I'm going, and the African proverb said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. I think this is your mantra. It's okay to not know it, but it's not okay to not try it. If we put ourselves out there and make it a point to show students we're willing to try, then we're showing them a real-life example of what we want them to do too. I think as a leader, you can push and challenge your teachers to believe this. I think you can come to me and make a personal suggestion about what you think might fit with my style of teaching or of how you think I might be able to push and challenge my students. I do not think this means you can come in and evaluate a teacher's skills, and I do not think that you can use this to force teachers to do some specific things that you want them to do. But I do believe you can use this to make a suggestion and do more than just offering to be there if they want to try something. In the end, we are all here for kids. And I think if you come to me and remind me that kids learn in different ways than I did when I was a child, then you will have a powerful edge into showing me how I might be able to turn something new and innovative into something helpful in my classroom. Students need to be supported in the avenues to learning that they use, and they need to be empowered to experience, grow, and prepare for their futures. Thank you.